Hi, I'm Angel. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to Narc-repellent. This channel is devoted to understanding narcissistic abuse and recovery, childhood abuse and trauma, and anything related to those topics. The quote for today: protect your heart. Please stop destroying what is left of your heart by constantly thinking about the things that have broken you. That quote is from Nikita Gill, an Indian writer and famous YouTuber. She gives us plenty to think about. Well, today's topic provides another step toward understanding narcissism and begins with this. Oh my God, I was in a relationship with a narcissist? It's the truth. I can now say it out loud. I was in a romantic, intimate relationship with a narcissist. I'm no longer ashamed and embarrassed to admit that fact. But geez, did I beat myself up for a few weeks? Well, maybe more like a couple months. I knew that what I had to do was work on fixing myself so that I would never ever be attracted to or attract a toxic person again, especially a narcissist. These are empty, energy-sucking vampires. They are not human beings. They leave you with nothing. If you let them, they will take everything. What does it mean to be in a relationship with a narcissist? Well, what I have come to understand is that being in a relationship with a narcissist is basically being in a relationship with yourself, because there really is nobody else there. Let me just tell you this. I loved so well in that relationship. I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove that I could be in a healthy, loving, long-term relationship. Well, I thought that's what I was in. Well, I needed to understand what it was about me that was so attractive to the narcissist. Why did I attract someone like that? And how can I change myself so that I will never attract one again? What I found out over the past months post-narcissist was that it was my childhood brainwashing that set me up to be the perfect mate for a narcissist. Thanks, Mom. Being in a relationship with a narcissist is at first so exciting and exhilarating, but in the end, you are destroyed. In the beginning, he showered me with love and attention. He was so kind. He was so gentle. He was so loving, until he wasn't. The relationship was wonderful, satisfying, enriching, exciting, until it wasn't. I was so happy. I was elated. I was overjoyed. Again, until I wasn't. The partnership was perfect. Again, until it wasn't. But when did it change? How could I have not noticed when it changed? It just seemed that all of a sudden I was living in hell. What happened to the heaven we created? The one that he promised me for our future together? I learned that I was in the love bombing stage. If you've never heard that term before, or you haven't heard it in these contexts, let me just let you know that according to Psychology Today, love bombing is the practice of overwhelming someone with signs of adoration and attraction, designed to manipulate you into spending more time with the bomber. But at the heart of love bombing is manipulation. A narcissist uses it as a way to control you. That was entered November 2nd, 2018 edition of Psychology Today. But more about love bombing in another video. It had been a decade since I had been in a relationship with someone. The last relationship lasted 4 years and was with someone who I would not have considered to be a narcissist. Although, looking back, I think maybe there had been some slight controlling actions, but nothing like this last one. Since then, I hadn't been looking for a partner. I was working on myself over those years. I was happy on my own. My job was going well. I felt successful. I had this new hobby. I was continuing to enrich my life with new friends and experiences. I had opened my home for entertaining these new friends. My adult children were having success in their lives. I was relaxed. I was hopeful. I was looking forward to planning for the next stage of my life, my retirement. And then the energy-sucking vampire narcissist entered my life. This was a man who had sought me out at least since 10 years before, when he and another junior high school friend found me on Facebook. They both came to visit, but it was nothing really to be remembered. Apparently, a few years after that, The gentleman found me again through Facebook Messenger, left me a note. I didn't find that note until a number of years after that, so I reached out. He apparently was looking for me because he wanted someone to practice my favorite hobby with, which apparently was now his new favorite hobby. Everything that came out of his mouth was sweet, was loving, was kind. As we sat on my couch that first meetup, I looked into those eyes and I could see that 11-year-old kid I used to know in junior high. I instantly trusted him. My first big mistake. We were in an instant relationship. I took him with me to enjoy the hobby. Everyone loved him. He was so charming. These were friends of mine whom I've had known for 15 years at that point. They loved him. They loved how happy I was. I fell so in love with our love, or our fantasy of love. I wanted to be the best partner a man could ever want. Since he'd already made sure I knew his many broken marriages, his drug-abusing child, his sad life, all I needed to do was show him some happiness. I made happiness, his happiness, my goal. That was my second big mistake. After 14 months of doing and being everything I could for him, I broke. Things had also turned sour at work, where for the past 6 months, coworkers had begun to treat me badly, to be disrespectful, accuse me of doing and saying things I hadn't said or done. Then in my condo community, people were yelling at me for not doing what they wanted. In my intimate relationship with this man I dearly loved, there had also been an abundance of being accused of doing and saying things I wasn't doing or saying. And then came the narcissistic rages. Something was very wrong. All the while I was focused on being and doing all he needed, I'd forgotten to take care of myself. My third big mistake. Of course, I didn't realize any of these mistakes until much, much later. Trusting someone too soon, even before they prove their trustworthiness, is a terrible mistake that can cause severe heartache at the very least. Making someone else's happiness more important than your own should not be your goal. Your own happiness will be neglected. When you forget to take care of yourself, well, you could die, right? I had to ask myself, why would I have done all this? Just to be in a relationship? Just to have someone to love? To love me? Well, over the last 8 months, I've dug into those questions. Why would I have done this to myself? Of course, you ask one question and it leads you to many, many others. The quest to find answers to that question and the many others have led me here. I've been passionate about understanding what happened to me and why. After listening to so many others who have suffered at the hands of a narcissist and watching and learning as much as I could about all of this, I realized I've been given a mission. My mission is to find you, to find the other sweet ones like us who have slipped into relationships with narcissists only to find that the love they were promised, as well as their emotional and psychological well-being, their soul, their psyche, everything will have been destroyed. I know that my story and my healing and recovery will help others, as I have been so blessed to hear the stories of those who came before me. I now feel that I have become an expert on the topics of narcissism, childhood abuse and trauma, the connection between the two, codependency, mother wounds, healing and recovery. Well, I've literally spent hundreds of hours researching these subjects. I found such tranquility in my new understanding, and although I'm still on my journey, I want to help others understand what has happened to them too. I'm grateful for the hours and hours of YouTube videos I've watched on all the subjects I'm interested in. Having done this has further led me to the place where I am today. There are incredible people creating videos and writing books that are incredibly insightful on these subjects, and I encourage you to seek them out. I've put several links on my YouTube page. I'll try and add some at the bottom of this video. Please add any in comments below that you have found useful as well. Unfortunately, narcissism has been on the rise. I want to join the movement to rid society of these people who have become the energy-sucking vampires of the 21st century. They find us and they take everything from us, leaving an empty shell of confusion. However, in that empty shell is your true self, awaiting the safety of loving arms in order to awaken to a new life. That life will be rich and secure with the love and protection you need to feel safe. But this has to come from your own self. What I've learned from this is that you need to protect your heart by healing yourself in order to be open to love again. I hope you continue to join me on this journey as I share with you what I have learned about all these topics. I hope you find that what I share is useful and supportive. I appreciate any comments that you have and any response you have to my videos. If you find that you like what you've heard and you want more, please press the like button as well as the subscribe button. Ring the bell, you know all the stuff. I'm hoping to put up a new post once or twice a week. If you have helpful comments, please, again, put them below. I'm hoping others will share their story and their truth to help us all. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.